This is Tom Fox. I'd like to welcome you to the newest addition to the Compliance Podcast Network, the Compliance Tip of the Day. This is the podcast where we bring you daily insights and practical advice on navigating the ever-evolving landscape of compliance requirements. Whether you're a seasoned compliance professional or just starting your journey, my aim in this podcast is to provide you with a bite-sized, actionable tip to help you stay on top of your compliance game. Join us as we explore the latest trends from the Department of Justice, share some best practices, demystify complex compliance issues to help keep your organization doing business ethically and in compliance, and at the end of the day, more profitably. Tune in daily for your dose of compliance wisdom. Let's make compliance a little less daunting, one tip at a time. Now a word from the sponsor of the Compliance Podcast Network, Ethico.
In compliance, the value of anonymous reporting is undeniable. But with Ethico, anonymity doesn't mean a loss of connection. Our blinded, two-way communication fosters an environment of trust and confidentiality, encouraging open and honest dialogue. It's not just about receiving reports. It's about understanding the story behind each one, creating a culture of integrity and respect. Transform your approach to anonymous reporting with Ethico. Begin your journey at ethico.com/CPN, where you can book a demo, access an exclusive white paper by Tom Fox titled The ROI of Compliance, and utilize our free ROI calculator.
Today I want to talk about telling a story in compliance. Yes, telling a story. A 360-degree approach to compliance works with all stakeholders in a compliance program, even the document stakeholders, i.e. the regulators. By using innovative techniques, one law firm came up with a mechanism to present verifiable evidence to regulators using the basic techniques of social media and operationalizing compliance as a solution to a difficult compliance issue around, of all things, honey. This shows how creative thinking by a lawyer or a compliance professional here in the field of import compliance led to the development of a software application using the concepts of social media. Gar Hurst, then a partner at the firm of Gibbons & Johnsons, faced the issue around U.S. anti-dumping laws for honey that originated in China. He was trying to get his client's honey into the United States, and what he decided to do was record each stage of the journey from harvesting to transportation to importation with individuals from Indonesia who didn't speak English but who could work a smartphone. And at every step, the honey was geotagged and time-stamped. So as it was being harvested, there was a geotag and timestamp. When it was being put in barrels, there was a geotag and a timestamp. When it was put on the trucks, geotag and timestamp. When it was put on the ship, geotag and timestamp. And then he could match up the bills of lading to demonstrate to U.S. Customs that the honey his clients were importing was not the illegal honey from China, but the good and legal honey from Indonesia. It's a very long-winded way of saying, think about how you can show and demonstrate compliance with whatever the law you have to do is. Think about it in terms of the Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act, and on the converse side, so that you don't have your goods literally held up at the port because you can't prove they did not come from the Xinjiang region of China. Once again, the developments by the law firm of Gibbons & Johnson show that in compliance we're only limited by our imagination. And if there's a way for you to document something and demonstrate it using a social media tool, I think that's something you should consider for your compliance program going forward. This month's sponsor of the Compliance Podcast Network, including this podcast, is Ethico. Have you ever wondered about the ROI of your compliance program or had concerns with presenting budget proposals to your CFO? Well, I partnered with Ethico to write a white paper on the ROI of compliance and how you can think through compliance as an investment strategy. Ethico has put together a ROI calculator for you. Check them out on the website. This is Tom Fox again. This new podcast, Compliance Tip of the Day, will appear daily. And frankly, it's one of the most requested topics for a podcast that I get on a regular basis. It's going to be short and sweet with one tip with some takeaways that you can utilize to implement into your compliance program. If you've got a question that you would like a tip on, please submit them through our website, and we will use them in an upcoming episode. The compliance tip of the day is a production of the award-winning Compliance Podcast Network.